Ever stand in front of a painting and just feel something? Like, you can't quite explain it, but it moves you. Well, get ready, because today we're taking a deep dive into the world of painting.
Ooh, I love this topic.
We're exploring what makes this art form so powerful, so enduring.
Definitely. It's more than just pretty pictures, right?
Exactly. And to guide us, we have The Art of Painting, a journey through creativity, emotion, and expression. This piece just gets to the heart of why painting resonates with so many people, across time, across cultures.
Yeah, it's universal in a way, isn't it?
Totally. It makes you think about how artists take what's inside them, their experiences, their feelings, and translate it onto a canvas for the rest of us to see, to feel.
And every viewer brings their own stuff to that experience, too. It's not just about what the artist intended.
That's what's so cool. It's like this ongoing conversation, right?
Exactly. A conversation that can span centuries sometimes.
I like that. A conversation through time. So the source keeps mentioning this idea of painting as a journey. What does that even mean?
Well, think about it. For the artist, it's about way more than just putting brush to canvas. It's this whole process of transforming their ideas, their emotions, their whole inner world into something visual that we can all experience.
Right. So like they start with this blank canvas and who knows where they'll end up, kind of like a journey.
Exactly. And then it's our turn as viewers to go on our own journey with that painting.
Yep.
What we see, what we feel. It's all shaped by our own experiences and our own way of looking at the world. And get this, even the type of paint matters.
Wait, really? Like oils versus watercolors or something?
Yeah, they each have their own personality, their own feel. The quote that really stuck with me from the source was how each painting captures a moment of passion, wonder, and sometimes even the intangible mysteries of the human experience. Think about oils.
Okay, yeah, like super realistic portraits and stuff.
You got it. Oils allow for these rich, luminous layers that build up slowly over time. Like the old masters used to use these translucent glazes on top of each other to create these incredible lifelike effects.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. So what about, say, watercolors? They seem totally different.
Totally. Think of watercolors as light and airy. They're all about transparency and fluidity, perfect
Yeah.
for capturing, delicate landscapes or fleeting moments. They've got a much more, ethereal quality to them.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. Like, oils are all about depth and detail, and watercolors are more about capturing a feeling and impression. Which makes sense, right? There are so many different styles of painting out there. How does anyone even keep track of them all?
Don't worry, you don't have to memorize an art history textbook. But it helps to have a general idea of the main styles. Think of it like this. Each style is like its own language. It has its own way of using color, line, shape, texture, all those elements
Yeah.
to communicate an idea or a feeling.
So, like, realism is the language of showing things exactly as they are.
Exactly. Hyper-realistic paintings, it's like looking at a photograph, right? Every little detail is perfectly rendered. Then you've got Impressionism, where the goal is to capture, an impression of a moment. Think Monet and those water lilies. All about light and color, not so much about the tiny details.
And I bet there are even more styles out there, right?
Oh yeah, tons. Like abstract art, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not about depicting the real world at all. It's about expressing something purely through color, shape, form. It's like music on a canvas. Think about Jackson Pollock and those drip paintings.
Yeah.
They're all about movement and energy. And then there's
What about surrealism? The source mentioned that one.
surrealism is trippy. It's like stepping into a dream. Think melting clocks, lobster phones, all that bizarre imagery. It's about tapping into the subconscious mind, exploring those hidden desires and fears. It's meant to make you think and feel things you might not even understand.
Okay, wow. Surrealism sounds a little too intense for me. I'm more of a landscape person, I think.
See, there you go. You're figuring out what speaks to you. And that's kind of the whole point, right?
So each viewer brings their own baggage to the canvas, their own experiences. Does that mean there's no right way to look at a painting?
That's the beauty of it. There are no wrong answers in art appreciation. Of course, there are techniques that artists use to guide our eye to evoke certain emotions, like warm colors tend to feel inviting and energetic, while cool colors can feel calming or even a little sad. But ultimately, how a painting makes you feel is personal.
That reminds me of this one painting I saw once. It was just a simple landscape, nothing fancy, but it reminded me so strongly of my grandma's house, the place where I spent my summers as a kid. I just stood there, lost in this wave of nostalgia.
There it is.
Yeah.
That personal connection, that emotional resonance, that's what makes art so powerful.
It makes you think, right? I love how the source talks about having a diverse art collection. They describe it as a collection that uplifts, brings joy, provokes insight, and captures the essence of beauty. I mean, who wouldn't want that in their home?
It's like having a window into so many different worlds, so many different ways of seeing and feeling.
And to bring it all back to that awesome quote we mentioned earlier, how each piece captures a moment of passion, wonder, and sometimes even the intangible mysteries of the human experience. That's what keeps me coming back to art, I think.
It's a reminder that we're all connected, that we all share these same basic human emotions and experiences, even if we express them in different ways.
That's a great takeaway. So to all our listeners out there, we challenge you. What kind of speaks to you? What gets you thinking, feeling, seeing the world in a new way?
Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, explore different styles, different movements, see what resonates with you.
You never know. You might even be inspired to pick up a brush yourself. Maybe your own artistic journey is just beginning.
Now that's a thought.